Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a great guest on for you guys. His name is Bobby, and he has had a huge transformation on the raw living food lifestyle, specifically fruit only. He has lost 127 pounds and had a huge transition. I can even tell from his photos that he went from depression to true happiness. And he used to have a big alcohol problem as well. He was a heavy alcoholic and he was into drugs and he was eating a heavy standard American diet. And he has done a 180, gone to the complete opposite end of the spectrum, eating only fruit and totally transformed. So he's also a great guy. Let's hear what happened. Hey, Bobby, how's it going?
Great. How you doing today?
Great. Yeah. Thanks for coming on. I'm excited to share your story and to hear your full story because I don't know the full story either. I'll listen along with everybody else. But let's go back. Let's find out sort of what your lifestyle used to be and what led you to try fruit only.
I was back in February, I decided to do something called No Meat March. The reason why I started to do that is because I suffered from alcoholism, and it was pretty bad. I suffered from alcoholism for about 10 to 12 years, I would say, down a dark road of depression and misery, and my life was just like in shambles. I was a bad father. I was in bad relationships. I was switching from jobs to job. It was just the typical young American Black guy who just didn't stand up to his end of the bargain. And what happened was, once in February, I said we did something called No Meat March, me and my best friend. He opted out right before March. And the reason why I did that is because in 2012, I learned about this diet from someone called the 13th Son on YouTube. And it's all about eating fruits and getting back to nature and, loving yourself and loving others. So back then I started practicing it a little bit, but I kind of fell in and out of the lifestyle for that whole time period from 2012 to currently. So in February is when I ran with that knowledge. And in May, after I started doing the No Meat March, I stopped eating meat. I started eating ramen noodles. I started eating a lot of potato chips, just stuff, anything I could do to stop eating meat. And I stopped drinking alcohol. I'm still smoking cigarettes, still doing drugs. I was living the same kind of way and having the same type of behavior. But in May, what happened was I went to my baby mom's house, and I noticed that I had lost so much weight. And I always reference back to May because that's when something triggered in me to like really hit this full throttle. So in May is when I really took off. I stepped on the scale. I went from 268 in February to 235 in May. And
Wow.
yeah, I got like real motivated at that point. And once I got that motivation, I locked down. I stopped eating all the bud that I was eating. I stopped doing drugs because the motivation behind the weight loss caused me to stop doing those things. And what happened was that really triggered me to get on the journey to really going 90% fruit, not drinking any water or anything. I would drink all fruit juice. Watermelon season was in. But in May also, at the end of May, I got into an altercation with my baby mama. And we got into it in front of my son and everything, and it was like a little dark place that I was in. So what happened was, like, that next day after that incident, I changed my phone number. I like cut everybody off. I went into like this isolation, and I really cut down on everything, the music. I started taking walks. I started eating all fruit, and my life changed like completely in those 2 months. And that's when I got back on Facebook in September and led me to this beautiful community and meeting people like you.
Wow. And how would you say this has changed your life? Like, how would you say also it's changed your mind and your mentality and how you feel overall, like now versus when you were eating standard American and drinking and all that too?
Okay. It's like I said it's like I'm like a newborn adult. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? In the world. it's everything is brand new. My mind is new. My perception is new. My body is new. Everything is new. My friends are new. Um, Everything has changed. I'm a completely different person. I love my new life. I never loved life the way I love it now. I experienced joy for the first time in my life. I have moments where I break down and I cry because I'm just appreciate and I just have so much gratitude for what I come through. I come from a really, really dark place, and it's not a place you even want to think about going back to. So the light that I'm seeing now is different. The people I'm meeting are different. They're more influential. They're more inspiring. They have more reasons to celebrate life, and that's what I'm glad to be a part of now. So that
Yeah.
is dramatically.
It was like that for me too. When I went raw, I feel like it was like a whole new life, like a rebirth, it just feels like there was life before I was raw. And I went raw like 6 years ago, 6.5 years ago, I guess almost. And for the first time in my life, I felt like myself and I felt happy and joy, like you were saying, like for the first time. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I could feel this good. And it's like without alcohol or drugs, but it's even better than how you feel with like drugs and alcohol. It's like, and there's no like crash from it. You're just on this constant like high of who you truly are. And like with alcohol, I don't know about you, but when I used to drink, when I would wake up in the morning, my gut would just feel like disgusting, my stomach. So like, are you bloated like on the raw living foods, or like how does your gut feel now compared to like how it felt before?
My gut is doing excellent. I eat all fruits. Um, for the most part, I eat a lot of watermelon. Over the summertime, I had 70 seeded watermelons,
Well,
and I juiced most of them, but I also ate a lot of watermelon. So my gut feels great. I think it's an indication of how your mind up here feels, because my mind up here is really clear. Nobody can interrupt how I feel. When you eat at this high level, the clarity that you have is different, like literally different than what you've ever experienced. So I can't explain it. I wake up or I rise and I know what to do. Even if I don't like what I'm doing, I know one day it's going to change because I'm headed that way towards the change, and it's intentional. So yeah, my gut is amazing. My digestion is amazing. Everything about life is good. That's all I can
good.
say. I don't have a problem. When you come from so many problems, these problems that I have now are very manageable. Very manageable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything, it just seems like there's less resistance on the body when you eat this way. I feel like when you put in foods that your body resists, do you know what I mean? That aren't meant for it, it's almost like it leads to more resistance to life too. And I feel like
Oh
our
yeah.
bodies are just naturally meant to eat like the fruits and all the other things. So what do you say if somebody's like, Bobby, why raw living foods? Why not cooked food?
I can't give people a specific reason not to eat anything, but I can say that for me, raw foods energize me. Like I keep going back to the clarity that they give. Fruit is a cleanser, so you're constantly cleansing. And when you think and when you do it with intent, it's kind of different. I went into this knowing what the fruits were going to do for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't have a problem with cooked food at all. I think people put a spell on cooked food. They treat it like it's like
Mm-hmm.
cocaine or crack or something. It's okay. Most people have been eating cooked food their entire life, and then when they step into the raw based community, they act like it's something that creates misery.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you do in moderation is okay. That's what the raw food lifestyle creates for you. It creates the opportunity for you to dibble and dab in some things because you always cleansing yourself out. So cooked food is okay. I don't indulge in it. After my cleansings of January and February, I'm going to probably eat some cooked meals occasionally. I don't see what the big deal is between the differences. I know that the raw
Yeah.
food is the optimal way of living, but the way people talk about cooked food, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I think everyone just has to do what makes them happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And okay, I'm wondering, so how has your life, other than like physically and mentally, how has your actual life changed because of this? Because like a lot of people say it's all the law of attraction. And when I first went raw, I mean, I did a 180. I got so happy and I was like attracting so much more money and everything was just like in flow and like I was really manifesting a lot. So do you believe in manifesting, and has your external life changed a lot since you've changed your how you eat and all of this?
Definitely. I can't say I'm reaping financial benefits at all. In some ways I am. I have a Facebook group, Fruit Up with Bobby Smith, where I run challenges through.
Mm-hmm.
We're running a challenge right now, the Fruit Bowl Challenge, where I have 16 participants, and they each pay $5 a piece. It's just to see if people can challenge themselves to see if they can even attempt to live this lifestyle. I think challenging yourself creates opportunity. So that's what we do. In January, we have 3 more opportunities for people to challenge themselves to a magnitude that they probably haven't before. We're doing 7-day challenges of mono eating. And the first challenge is January 1st. It's a citrus challenge. It's ran through private groups, and it's a lot of support inside these groups. And I do want to say shout out to the members inside the Fruit Up Challenge group, because they inspire me. This is what these challenges were created for
Mm-hmm.
to actually challenge myself. And what I've created here is something for myself that has changed my life. I'm now doing some life coaching on the side. I'm helping a lot of people. People trust you when you show that you can commit yourself to something. And
True.
when I did 30-day challenge of smoothies by myself, a lot of people started looking at me and trusting in me and trusting in my vision. Then I did an extra 10 days with the participants in the smoothie challenge. So I did 40 days of smoothies. And I can definitely help people, but I only help people who's at the brink of helping themselves. I don't seek to help people. People come to me to help them. I don't charge a whole lot of money to help people. Only reason why I don't is because everybody needs help. And if you can make it affordable for people and make yourself accessible to people, more people can receive the help.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. And how is the smoothie challenge? People on my channel all the time, because I've done like quite a few juice cleanses. They've like totally changed my life. But I know for a lot of people, they're like, that's too intimidating. Only juice is crazy. Like, what about just a smoothie? And so people ask me all the time, but I've never done it. I've never had anyone on who has. So how was that experience, and what kind of benefits did you experience with that?
the smoothie challenge went well. Actually, I can't get off of it. I'm still making smoothies. Not actually currently making the same type of smoothies. I do like a little watermelon slushy or something because I'm in the fruit bowl challenge with the other participants right now. But it made me feel good. It
Mhm.
makes you full. It came to a point where I only ate like 2 per day. And I say 8 instead of drink because when you get in smoothies, you're still getting all the fiber from the fruits. So it fills you up a lot faster than juice. Fruity smoothie feasting, I think, is probably beneficial as juicing. I can't say that. I don't study it or nothing, but I couldn't see how it's not. The
Mhm.
only difference is you're getting the entire fruit. And I don't see how that's ever a bad thing. So it made me feel good. I feel excellent. I feel like a new person after the 40-day smoothie fast. So, and people probably notice the difference in my confidence, my clarity, and that's what I want people to notice. It's intentional because I want people to attempt this lifestyle.
Absolutely. Well said. And I know
Yes.
a lot of people, they want to do this lifestyle, but they're like, oh, I can't give up meat. It's so hard. Like, do you have any, that's a common thing people say on my channel. Do you have any tips? Was it hard for you to give up meat and all the other foods and like deal with the cravings? So do you have any tips for that?
Oh yeah, it's hard. Well, I don't have any tips because I have discipline. The only thing that I can say is it's all hard. We all been living the wrong way. And I can't say we all have because I can't
Hmm.
speak for everybody. Most of the people I know have been living the wrong way their entire life. It's going to be difficult to get off meat. I still have cravings and everything right now. The reason for that is because from what I'm learning from my experience online is that I'm not totally cleansed out, or my micro gut biome or whatever these things
Hmm.
that I'm learning about aren't totally there. So I I suggest that people don't lie to themselves. You know where your discipline level is at. We're all grown adults. Everybody wake up and know what they're supposed to do, really, but we all go in the opposite way and do what we feel like we want to do. But sometimes you just going off how you feel is not the correct way to live. There's a proper way to eat in this world, and the fruits are the optimal way of eating. So if you know that and you can study that, you have a computer in your pocket. How I deal with cravings is different from other people. I actually go towards cravings. I actually go towards things that call me. I work in a grocery store and I work in a produce section, but it's surrounded by like the deli and the bakery. And I smell things all day.
Mhm.
Sometimes I go over there and look at it and just, give it a peek and walk by it, and just to know that I'm strong enough not to eat it. So whichever way you have to discipline yourself, you have to. It's a war inside your head when you're doing this. The things that you eat and the things that you desire are always going to be there because there's people around you eating them. So you got to be strong enough to fight it off. If you want to get better, you will get better.
And do you ever eat salads or anything? I know for me, I'm fully raw, but I love fruit and I eat abundance of fruit, but I love my salads and like a big variety. So do you ever have other stuff? And like, why do you think fruit only?
Well, yeah, I do. So I declared, or I became a fruitarian in September. That's when I went fully raw. Because before that, I was eating cooked meals and everything. So no, I haven't eaten any salads or anything since September. The reason for that I think, is because I crave salads very often during my smoothie challenge. When I got off the challenge and was able to eat salads, I still didn't eat them. I actually still crave fruit. I think my timeline and my time period, I can't really say what I'm going to eat. It's only been 10 months now since my journey started. It's only been since September since I've been
Wow.
said I was a vegetarian. So I can't really say what's in the future for my eating. I'm loving the way raw
Yeah.
food eats. I have an administrator in my group by the name of 𝙎𝘼𝙑𝙀. She does a lot of raw meals and a lot of raw cooks, not raw cook stuff, but raw vegan meals.
Yeah.
And she's been inspiring me to eat raw food consistently at dinner time. So that's probably what I'm going to implement after all of my challenges.
Yeah. And who else has inspired you out there? Have there been any channels or any books that have like just been great for paving this
Oh
path
my.
for you?
Everyone on my I have a lot of friends online now who we're kind of building like a small community. Eileen Habib's been beautiful. Jenny, Lachey, Tiff, Marcus Plantman, Rhonda, Cynthia, all these beautiful people that I'm meeting in this community have been uplifting me. I just want to give back by putting in the work and committing myself and getting better for these people who are giving me such beautiful energy.
Yeah. And don't you
Oh,
feel
and
like,
no, I cannot forget Sade. Sade has
yeah,
been one of the most influential people in helping me connect with other people. And I talked to her the other day through a messenger, and her soul is so beautiful. The energy these people let off, I used to think was fake. Like,
yeah,
these people are real. They can't be because they
yeah,
so loving and nice. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So,
Before
so
you're
yeah.
probably like, these people are fake and annoying. Now you're like, I get it. This is good,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
don't you
So
go ahead?
go
Yeah.
ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
You
I
got
was
it.
gonna say too, don't you feel like, okay, for me at least, like the healthier I am, even lately I juice a lot, and I feel like the more I incorporate healthy habits, then it leads to other habits. Like, oh, I'm like, oh, I feel so good from the juice, I want to go to the gym. And then it's like, oh, I feel so good from the gym, I want to do something else good. And it's kind of like a butterfly effect that really starts with like how you take care of yourself. Don't you feel like has it been like that for you too?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes I go to the gym 2 times in one day.
That's great.
I have
Wow.
so much energy. Right now, I have 2 children. A lot of my motivation is for my children, and my life has changed for them. My thoughts have changed towards what they feel, and a lot of my motivation and things that I do is because of them. So when I get up and I have this energy, it's because that I don't have my children every single day like I used to.
Hmm.
Their mothers, and I give my baby mothers a lot of thanks and a lot of support financially and everything, because they allow me to grow and be the person that I am today. And eventually it's all going to be for the benefits of my children. So yes, I feel inspired to do different things every day. I go on a lot of walks. I spend a lot of time in nature. I hug trees. I do a lot of grounding. I put my feet in the dirt. I lay down in the dirt. That's why the goal is to move to somewhere where it's warm so I can be outside all day.
And do you think your kids, do you feel like you're a better father now with this lifestyle versus before with drinking and standard American? And do you think your kids notice a difference?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a much better I'm a better father, not because of what I'm doing. I used to buy my children stuff and everything before, when I was ill-minded. But
Mhm.
now my relationship with my kids is special. It's turned into something intimate. And now my daughter calls me every day. We talk. My son, he's learning so much. He's learning about fruits. I care about how they feel. I worry about how they look. I worry about how they think. It's a totally different dynamic. The feelings that's created by the fruits create a real man out of you. I become so emotionally attached to the things around me that's the most important thing now. I cry a lot. I think crying is so important. It's become such a beautiful thing to me because the cries become joy. And when you cry from joy instead of pain, you actually enjoy the crying. And the feelings you get from the actual overwhelming feelings.
You're right. It's
Those,
like such a loving feeling. I was watching a movie with my daughter last night and there were like a couple like really joyful moments and I was like bawling and she's like, what's wrong?
yeah,
It's not sad. But it's like that crying. It's like, it's such a nice way to cry when it's like something like loving and joyful. It's like almost like really powerful, you know?
it is because every time I have like a real powerful cry and they happen randomly, I could just be walking around the house and I'll have a quick thought about something that I used to do compared to something that I'm doing now. And I'll break down and I'll cry. I'll go to the ground and everything. But after the cry comes like a calm and a creation moment to where you have these thoughts and the gratitude leads you to energy to do other things. Like now it's like breaking fears almost. You attempt to do things that you never done in your life. Me sitting here talking to you was not even imaginable 9 to 10 months ago. So I've created this through the foods that I've ate. And who knows what can happen if I continue to do what I'm doing. Not if I continue, but when I continue to do what I'm doing.
Yeah. So talking about creation, so you do feel more creative, right? I feel a million times more creative on this lifestyle. It's crazy, more connected to like source energy and my higher self. And even like Steve Jobs, so he went through many periods of time where he would only eat fruit only. I think a lot of people know that, but he would just eat like the same fruit or vegetable, like usually I think fruit, but or both for like a couple weeks at a time or things like that. And he said it made him like more creative. I think that's probably why they named it Apple, but I don't know. But he was big on that. So do you find like you feel more creative, I guess?
Oh, definitely. Now, I don't even know if I can say I'm more creative. I'm more of a doer. Now, when I say I want to do something, I attempt to do it. I put it in progress. I put it in motion. And what happens is you start to see that. So what happened is in November, my administrator, 𝙎𝑼𝙑𝙀, and I were just discussing doing challenges. I'm like, maybe we should start some challenges for people and this and this. And now we're already in not even through the middle of December and we're on our second challenge. Wow. So that's the type of motion that you have when you have this energy behind you. When I first got introduced to this lifestyle, the actual frugivore lifestyle that I'm having without H2O, because I don't even drink water anymore. I drink all fruit juice. And 𝙎𝑼𝙑𝙀 is the guy who got me onto this. But when I first got introduced, I remember something he said. He said, once you start putting all this light energy into you, the light's going to start shining through you. And that's exactly what's happened. I eat a lot of fruit. And I drink a lot of fruit. I get a lot of fruit sugar. So I contribute everything I do to the decision to eat fruit.
It's so powerful. And okay, so you've almost been doing this a year. Where do you think you would be right now if you didn't start this? Like, how do you think the last year would have gone if you didn't take this path and you were just continuing on your other path of like drinking standard American diet, eating and stuff like that?
Dead or in jail.
Wow.
Simply put.
Yeah. Yeah. And what do you eat in a day? Like, what did you start eating in a day at first to lose all the weight? And what do you currently eat in a day? And like, how much? Do you eat a lot of calories or just a little bit?
So I went from 268 pounds in February. I'm currently 141 pounds.
Wow.
So yeah, it's amazing. So I feel light. I noticed that I can't eat as much and I'm still in the same mentality though. So I buy a lot of fruit. You'll probably see me post a lot of fruit too, because I'm still in like this state of mind to where you gotta get used to actually eating different. So right now I eat like with the fruit bowl challenge, I've been eating 2 bowls so far per day. Yesterday I only got to 1 bowl. Sometimes I don't even drink or eat in the day because I drink so much fruit juice, at least 32 to 64 ounces a day, that the next day sometimes you don't even have to drink. From what Yaki tells us, 32 ounces of fruit juice is equivalent to like a gallon of water. So you don't really, like in the summertime, I drank all day, every day. all day, every day, and the weight was falling off like butter. So now I don't eat as much. I can't eat as much. You know, I'm not as big as I
Yeah.
was. So my appetite has changed completely. But so just to answer your question, a normal day, if I had to just say my normal day right now would probably be all juice in the morning. Now a smoothie before I go to work at 12:30 and a smoothie when I get home.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And was the weight something you struggled with your whole life?
Yes, my
Yeah.
largest weight was 320. I was 320 pounds at one point in my life.
Wow.
And I was always obese, always from the time that from what I can remember.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so this is a pretty extreme lifestyle, right? Have the people around you been supportive? And how have you managed to do this socially? Because I know that's a big thing. Nobody eats this way, right? Well, not
Um,
nobody, but
uh, what happens is the people around me change. They stop coming around. My energy, people don't want to be around somebody who's eating the way I'm eating because it makes them feel bad.
mhm.
And I get it. You know, I wouldn't want when I was eating the way they eat, I wouldn't be around nobody who eat off fruit. And so it's a different lifestyle. The people around me are supportive in a way. They don't completely get it, and I understand that too. I don't need them to support me fully, just to understand that I'm doing something great for myself. Other than that, how I do it socially is I connect with people who are like-minded. I try to get people who are vegan or fruitarian or who eat healthy in general because they seem to be in the best state of mind. And I don't follow other people who don't follow the lifestyle. I don't follow people outside the lifestyle. I don't care to. I don't want to be influenced by their thoughts or their way of thinking.
I get it. Wow. Well, do you supplement or no?
What do you mean, like herbs and things like that?
Like B12 or iodine, like K, DHA, any of
No,
that yet?
no,
No.
I don't do any of that. All I do
Yeah.
is fruit and fruit juice. Simply as
Yeah.
that. I don't. I did do 𝑖𝑺𝑬 Awakens 3 bitters in September. I did them for 3 or 4 days, but I got off of them because I really didn't have the time and the energy at the moment to do them.
hmm
But from what I hear, they're very beneficial, and I'm not against those things. I just haven't did enough research on my own to start implementing them in my lifestyle.
Yeah. And you can see how things go because it's still pretty
Yeah.
early too, right? You got to play it by ear. I mean, I remember I want to get more into herbs. I haven't, but I remember with supplements in the beginning, like I didn't believe in them at all. And I was just like, no, you know what? They're not natural. And then like, so after a few years, I became a bit deficient in B12 and some things. So I do supplement now, but I think everyone has to do what's best for them and check their blood work now and then. So, I mean, I think if you did do it for like years and years, then I think, well, you got to do what's right for you. I'm not telling you what to do. But for
Facts.
people who ask me, like I would check your blood work. But no, this has been so awesome. And I'm wondering to end off, like, do you have any tips or advice for anybody out there who might be struggling with their health and like they just can't get their heads around like, you know, the mental barriers and the physical barriers of like taking those next steps? Or if they're like dealing with some alcohol issues, like a lot of us, or I'm not now, but I used to. I drank too for 10 years. I was an alcoholic. And
Mm.
yeah, anybody who's just like wants to get a more positive life, but they're in a crappy position right now.
I would say be honest with yourself. That's the number one thing. You got to know the only way to change is to be honest about the state of mind you're in. You can't change lying to yourself. Lying to yourself puts you in a deeper
Mhm.
state of confusion and a deeper state of misery. Misery is circumstances and conditions. It's not a state of mind. It's an actual thing. So you don't have to live in misery. You don't have to be in a miserable state of mind. So what I would say is be honest with yourself. You know where your discipline level is. Nobody can walk in your kitchen and cook for you. Nobody can make juice for you. Nobody can do research for you. So what we can do is do it ourselves. We can do the research. We can make juice. We can make smoothies. I can eat fruit, and you can follow my lifestyle and look at me as an example, because I'll continue to do it and be a sign of strength for people. But you can't get help unless you want to help yourself. And that's the understanding people have to have.
So true. Well said. And has it been more expensive for you, this lifestyle, or less expensive, or about the same?
It's been, let's say, a little bit of both because I work in the produce section. I live in an area where we
Mm,
have something called Salinos, and they like one of the cheapest markets in the country when it comes to fruits. So I'm very fortunate when it comes to that. So I get a lot of cheap fruit, and I get a lot of deals at work that people usually don't get. So
that's great.
yeah, it's unfair for me to compare my lifestyle or the way I obtain fruit to the way other people do, because it can be very expensive. But there's ways that you can get around it by buying bulk fruit, and you can't be afraid to eat a lot of fruit. That's what it is. You got to train yourself. So yes, it can be expensive. I get it. I definitely get it. I don't buy all organic fruit either. I buy the best looking fruit.
Me too.
And yeah, I think that's the nature of the business, to buy the best looking fruit that you can buy and clean it properly, and you should be fine. So yes, it can be expensive, but you can find ways, just like in anything else, like shopping for clothes or anything, that you can find ways to make it not expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. All said. Well, this has been great. And I wish you nothing but the best, like true
Yeah.
health, wealth, prosperity, abundance, and just success in everything you do. And I'm wondering, for anybody who wants to go follow you, where can they find you? And I'll link it all down below as well.
Okay, thank you very much. You can find me on Facebook at Bobby Smith, Instagram, FruitUp13. That's the only two connections that I have with people right now. Just to say, I think your platform is gorgeous. I think you're a beautiful person, a beautiful soul. You're very inspiring, very intelligent, very professional. And I was blessed to be on your platform.
No, it's been a blessing to have you on. I've loved talking to you, and I'm just so proud of you. This is such an awesome story and such a positive transformation, such a
Yes.
better life to give up like the alcohol, the drugs, the foods that are just not meant for our body and just do way more harm to us than we even realize. And it's just like you're on the other side, and you just hope people can see like they can do that too, even if they don't want to eat like only fruit or whatever. Like they can get over those addictions and they can incorporate more living foods and change their life too. Because if you've done it, anybody can do it, right? I've done it, so anybody can do it. And I was like you. I was, used to eat standard American meat every night, barbecue. I used to have like alcohol every day. It was like, and I'm just so much happier on the other side. And I wake up in the morning feeling so much better, like my body, than, when you wake up on all that crap. So yeah, this has been awesome. And to the viewers, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a big thumbs up right now. And make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this one. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Peace.